Hey, do you know what time it is? That's right. It's time for Coach Lindy's podcast. The podcast to get you moving. Hi, I'm Lindy Hutchinson, a certified life mastery consultant with the Brave Thinking Institute. As a life coach, I help others transform their life as I have mine. It's not easy, but it is possible, and it most certainly is worth it. Each week, I'll share insights that inform, inspire, and ignite in you your desire to create a life that you love. So let's find out what's going on this week. Hey, welcome to the podcast. Again, it is my privilege to be with you this week. And what do we have now? We have your invisible power. Woo-hoo-hoo. This is an oldie but moldy. We've talked about many of the foundational publications, the thinkers back in yesteryear who were the leaders of personal development, and many of the things that we hear and see today about developing on the law of attraction is based on many of the findings and teachings of these early people. Genevieve Behrend was a student of Thomas Troward. Thomas Troward, we'll cover him in another podcast, but we'll talk about Genevieve this time, and her book, Your Invisible Power, is free, like so many of our books are, as a audiobook on YouTube. So it's a short book. I don't know if you can see this, but it's very, very small, powerful. It's only like 95 pages, and the print is very large. So you can get a lot of bang for your buck with this little book. Also considered a must-have in your personal library. So Genevieve, what about Genevieve? Well, Genevieve was born in Paris. She lived in Paris in 1881. She passed in 1960 in Los Angeles. A lot is not known about her early days, except that her parents were Scottish. And after her marriage, after her husband passed away, she felt a calling. She wanted to learn truth, and she wanted to teach others. So she studied Christian Science, which is alive and well today, of course, and with its founder, Mary Baker Eddy. She did that for a while. It didn't resonate with her completely, so she moved on. She actually was traveling the world, and religious person, insightful, wise guy, said that he prophesied that she would find truth and that she would teach it to others. So that's exactly what she did. She eventually ran across Thomas Troward's lectures, and she felt like this was the thing that she really needed to teach others. She wanted to learn it, and she wanted to teach others. So she needed the money. At the time, she was living in New York, and this gentleman who's a teacher and lecturer, he was living in Cornwall, England. Well, she didn't have the money, so she figured out that she needed $20,000. This is the story. This is how the story goes. So she, every morning and every night, she visualized counting out $21,000 bills and being a pupil of Troward's and sharing his knowledge with the world. And she began to feel like it was divine direction that she did this. And she said in this little book, Your Invisible Power, she says that while these reflections were going on in my mind, there seemed to come up within me the thought, I am all the substance there is. Then, from another channel in my brain, the answer seemed to come, of course, that's it. Everything must have its beginning in mind, which we've talked a lot about that. With the Brave Thinking Institute, thoughts are the beginning of everything. Everything starts with a thought. So we see what she's talking about. And she says that the idea must be the only one and primary substance there is. This means money as well as everything else. She said, my mind accepted this idea, and immediately all tension of the mind and body was relaxed. In about 6 weeks, she received the money. Now, what I'm reading, it doesn't talk about how she got the money, but to give you a little frame of reference, 20 grand in 6 weeks sounds pretty good to me. But that was in 1912. So if you get your little calculator out and you look up how much today is 20 grand, that if in 1912, it's actually over $650,000. So she manifested over $650,000 in 6 weeks. So girlfriend, she had nailed that visualization down. So she's that's pretty fascinating, but she felt that she had a calling, and she was able to get in touch with Thomas Troward, and he was in Cornwall, England. She was in New York, and for 2 years she studied with him, and apparently she was the only one that he studied with. So after 2 years, she founded in New York, 1915, she set up the School of Builders, and it was on the New Thought concept. And she ran that for 10 years. Then it said that she went to Los Angeles, and she opened another school, New Thought School. And for the next 35 years, she traveled and lectured and taught. And she was on many radio broadcasts. If you think back in that time, radio long before TV was very famous in the way people could listen, communicate, and learn. So if you happen to see the movie The Secret, she is quoted as an expert in the book. And I'm not sure if she's mentioned in the movie now that I say that, but she is mentioned in the book. So fascinating, interesting person, and someone who believed very strongly in being able to visualize, bring it into fruition, and then serve others. And that's exactly what she did. It says that Your Invisible Power was her first book and remains to be her most powerful and popular work. She presents Troward's philosophy at its best because of the way she is incomparably direct and dynamic, and shows how the life-changing concepts on a personal level. And so this is another reason why this book, Your Invisible Power, is worth making sure that you get it, you read it, study it. It's mighty small, impactful. So that was that for this week. Our power word for the week is invisible. And the Train Your Brain thought for the week is with imagination, which she talks a great deal about in the book. Your vision or your purpose is no longer invisible. She talks about how by truly sinking our mental power into bringing all of the colors, all of the feelings and the excitement and the true dedication that we have to our vision, that it won't be invisible. It's alive and real. And for a woman who can manifest over $650,000 in 6 weeks, she knows her stuff. And so thank you, Genevieve, for the inspiration and the information. This week from the Hey That's Funny file, George Carlin, the great late George Carlin, with insights that have always been very thought-provoking. He says, how is it possible to have a civil war? Thank you, George. So, take care. Yes, and keep building your dreams and creating a life that you love because you deserve it. And until I see you again next week, take care and keep looking forward. Take care. Thank you. Bye. Hey, thanks for joining me this week. I look forward to being with you every week. And if you'd like to get in touch with me, please email me at coachlindy@lindyhutchinson.com. My name is spelled L-Y-N-D-I, so it's Coach Lindy, L-Y-N-D-I, at Lindy Hutchinson, LYNDIHUTCHINSON.com. I value what your input is, and I'm always open up for suggestions and ideas. If you will like and or subscribe to this podcast, that would be wonderful. I appreciate it. And I enjoy anything that you might want to send in, or if you would like some more information about coaching, send me an email and I will get back with you, and we'll talk about how you can create your best life. Have a good week. We'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.